Welcome to T-wag number 1. This week at a glance. First things first, did you finish last week's Think number 1? If not, finish it now. Let's take a quick look at this week though. Monday, complete T-wag number 1, which will be assigned in Google Classroom along with Cornell Note number 1. Tuesday, complete Cornell Note number 2 and identify subjects number 1. Wednesday, complete Cornell Note number 3, theme. Thursday, write about the theme of the big wave. And finally on Friday, complete close read, the Song of Wandering Aengus in Study Sync. Now let's take a closer look. First from last week, I'll give you an answer if you're stuck on that. Let's play a little bit of this.
Yeah, but wait a minute. It seems like the only magical part is at the beginning when he's a kid, isn't it?
When he's a... Well, it never specifically says he's a kid, but...
Okay, that's true, but the words and images just give me a sense of innocence.
Okay, that's great, but can you give us some examples?
Okay, well, like here. Hooked a berry to a thread. He makes his fishing stuff by himself, and it's like, I don't know, miniature stuff. It just gives me a sense of youth.
Okay, yeah,
All right, so I'm going to replace question number 3 for question number 6. If you're stuck on number 3 or number 4, you can do this and you can add this one. Replacing question 3 for question 6. When the teacher says, that's great, can you give us some examples? Aiden looks to his notes and says, hooked a berry to a thread. He makes his fishing stuff by himself, unquote. This clearly demonstrates that Aiden came prepared because he took notes and thought about the poem and then shared his notes and thoughts during the discussion. So there you have it right there. You have the evidence and you have the analysis. So then all you would have to do is make your claim. And the claim would be that the students came prepared because they took notes, right? And then you'd put in the rest there. All right, so we're on to Monday. Monday says complete T-wag number 1 and Cornell Note number 1. So T-wag number 1 would be based on this form that you're seeing now. You'll ask questions, a Google form based on what you see now. All right, let's move on. Our Cornell Note for Monday is, what are subjects? How do I identify the subject in a sentence? Number 1, what is a subject? A subject is who or what the sentence is about. Number 2, what part of speech is the subject of a sentence? The subject of a sentence is the noun, which is the person, place, or thing of a sentence. Number 3, can you give me an example of how to find the subject of a sentence? Yes. Let us find the subjects of the first 2 sentences of the big wave. A, Kino lived on a farm. How do we identify the subject in a sentence? Find the verb, and then you can identify who performed that verb. What is the verb? Lived. Who lived on a farm? Kino. Therefore, Kino is the subject of the sentence. B, the farm lay on the side of a mountain. We'll have to do this in live time here. Okay? So we find the verb, lay, right? Lay on the side of a mountain in Japan. So who lay or what laid on the side of a mountain in Japan? And then I would circle farm or underline farm, double underline lay. Okay? So the farm is the noun and lay is the verb. The farm lay on the side of a mountain in Japan. There you have it. And your summary for today. Today I learned about the about subjects. A subject is who or what the sentence is about. How do you identify the subject of a sentence? I find the verb, and then I can identify who performed that verb. The noun that performed the verb is the subject. Okay, the topic and objective is what is figurative language? Then the essential question is how do I identify figurative language in a text? First question, of course, is the what? What is figurative language? And you're watching the video here on StudySync. Let's play a little bit of it.
I've got butterflies in my stomach.
I've been told I have that effect on some ladies.
No, I'm giving an example of figurative language.
Oh, of course.
But, I'm sure you do have that effect.
Yeah, well, it's been a while. But figurative language, let's talk about that. Figurative language refers...
Okay, so you're going to watch that video. What does it mean when someone says that they have butterflies in their stomach, right? And then you'll put that there. What does figurative language include? You'll watch the video and you put it includes the following. What are other forms of figurative language? Here is an example of other forms, and it clearly states that. Summary. Today I learned about figurative language. Figurative language is language that is not meant to be taken literally. There are several types of figurative language. Similes, metaphors, personification, and allusion are some examples. Okay, now we're on to Wednesday, Cornell Note theme. Topic, objective, what is theme, of course. Essential question, how do you identify the theme of a story? Number 1, so Christina, what's the big idea? And then you put that there. What is the theme of the tortoise and the hare? What does infer mean? What examples does Ben use to explain infer? 5, what examples does Christina use? At the 2-minute mark, you'll find the answer to this question, which is our essential question. How do you identify the theme of a story? And here's your summary for today. Today I learned about theme. Theme is the author's central message in a story. Most themes must be inferred. Characters, setting, plot, events, and even the title can help readers infer a theme. And let's get a little glimpse of the video where you'll find your answers.
So, Christina, what's the big idea?
You mean theme, Ben?
Yes, theme. Theme. That's the word I'm looking for.
The theme is a central idea or a message that an author is trying to express in a story.
Central idea? Like...
Well, think about a fable. Oh, the one about the race between the tortoise and the hare.
Right. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm pretty sure the story says those words exactly.
Well, fables do usually spell out a theme.
Okay, now on to Thursday. Possible themes of the big wave. Themes of the big wave. Not to live in constant fear. Even when things are bleak, there is still hope. Don't always be worried something bad is going to happen. Even after a tragedy, life finds a way to bloom again. And of course, life is stronger than death. Here's an example of people who wrote about the theme of the big wave. And if you wanted to use some of this, you would have to paraphrase. You couldn't just copy their work. You'd have to put it in your own words, okay? Theme by Beckett. Have you ever read the novel The Big Wave by Pearl S. Buck? It's a great book with many amazing themes. However, the principal one to me is don't live life in fear. On page 12, Kino's father says, "Someday I shall die," and he is not afraid of this thought. The lesson is Don't always be worried something bad is going to happen. Just stay calm. Theme by Kiri. This is an incredibly powerful story in a very few short pages. I love the wisdom of life that Buck has pulled from the Japanese culture. The underlying theme of the book is that life is stronger than death. Now, those examples should help you start to write your third paragraph for your essay on the big wave. Now, on Friday, you're going to go here to the close read, the Song of Wandering Aengus. All right, so I'm gonna assign it, but I'm gonna give you a preview here. Okay, you're gonna do the intro. You'll play the intro. You'll do the vocabulary, and this will be one of the few assignments that we will just do in StudySync. All right, whereas most of everything else will be in Google Classroom. All right, you're gonna read this here. They'll give you clues. You just read the poem again. And then finally, you'll fill this out here. And now I'm going to help you with your paragraph. Okay, your first sentence. Here's help with your first sentence. Theme is the central message of the story. And so what is the central message of the Song of Wandering Aengus? Right? And that's what we're exploring. The Song of Wandering Aengus's theme is, and you state it. Furthermore, an example of theme is supported by the text. Furthermore, an example of theme supported by the text is. That's exactly how you say that. Messed it up the first time. All right, and then finally, my concluding thought is. So there I gave you, you have at least 4 sentences, and that's the model that you're going to use. You can write more than 4 sentences if you want, but here's the model for you, and that will complete your Friday. All right, and so this is T-wag number 1, signing off.